Hello, my name is River Yeo. I'm a nurse and GAPS practitioner, and today I wanted to talk to you about what I do when my husband is really stressed and tired. So he's been a little stressed lately, and I have been thinking about ways I can support him during this stressful time. There's a lot of big projects happening at work. And at school, he's doing his master's, so I thought I would just share with you what things that I've been doing so that may inspire you who may be feeling at a loss for how to help your husbands or significant people in your life that are stressed. So first thing I do is I of course feed him food that makes him happy. And I feel like growing up when my dad was stressed, my mom would like offer to buy him an extra treat and like go and get some chocolate or some chips or his favorite snack as a way to like soothe his soul, which is so sweet and thoughtful. I try instead to give him foods that are clean, full of healthy fats, and because that supports your body's making a bunch of stress hormones that uses up a lot of the healthy fats in your body, and whenever there's high hormones happening, it's good to just support your body with extra healthy fats. This is often why we crave fatty foods. We think that it's like a sugar high, which could also be true, because it'll like comfort you when you're stressed. But oftentimes the fat is what your body needs and is craving and asking for like comfort, and it's really supportive of your whole constitution. So instead of going out to buy his favorite chips, which I'm sure he would love, not that I don't do that on occasion, but we will support with healthy fats. Things like some farm fresh eggs from our local farmer. I'll pick up some of these, and the egg yolks are full of healthy cholesterol and a variety of fats, fat-soluble vitamins. It's amazing. I try to make him eggs every morning. It's like a way to like send you off, and I'll cook them with some cracklings, which is basically like fat left over from when I render my lard or my tallow or any animal fats, and I will cook that in with the egg so it's just like extra fatty, and sprinkle some Redmond real salt on there, a little pepper, and it makes him so happy. So that's a nice way to just start the day, is to do that. When we first had Hosanna, around the time that Hosanna, was it before or after? I think it was before she was born. Yeah. We realized this is a stressful season of work for him, and we were, brainstorming about what we could do to like help Jabez be a healthy human. And he started kickboxing, which he really loves and makes him feel good. So that's been great, investing in some kickboxing. And we also decided to do GAPS. We did a testing actually. Where's the container? I don't have I had a little box to show you. One sec. Whew. Okay, here it is. I'm signed on with this company called Creating Balanced Health. So what we did was, because I had been encouraging Jabez as a GAPS practitioner to go on GAPS for just a short period of time to help like his body, because I felt like he wasn't dealing with the stress as well as he could have because of just his body was tired. So it wasn't dealing with the stress as well as when he was younger. And he even said that. He said like, when I was younger, I could do XYZ QRS and I was fine. Now I'm doing just half as much, even though it's still a lot, and I'm just exhausted. And part of that is like, okay, our bodies are not meant to live under like stress mode for like prolonged periods of time, maybe for short periods of time, and then have a rest season, whether it's winter, everything's slowed down, or it's summer, depending on what kind of job you have, things slow down, take a break. But we haven't had a lot of that in our life, so that's probably a factor. But Anyways, I had been trying to convince him to try GAPS because I was just concerned for him, and I saw him just starting to like fray at the edges just a little bit, and just wanted to help him. And one of the things we did was to do this testing, because I think with guys, no offense, I love all men out there, I just bless you, but usually guys are not as in tune with their bodies, and it's hard to like read what is happening. Like, oh, my guts don't feel so good, or oh, I feel bloated, or I feel crampy, or I feel stiff. Like one example that I feel like I didn't understand when I first married my husband was he would say, oh, my eyes are tired. And I was like, what do you mean your eyes are tired? And I was like, oh, you mean you're tired? And like, he has enough, like his first thought is like, my eyes are tired before the like, I'm tired. And yeah. Anyway, I don't want to talk about my husband that much. I just want to talk about what I have done to support him. So we did this test, and super cool, came back with a bunch of results, and I sat down with him, we like scheduled a time. I pulled up his report and explained all the things to him, and I think it was a big eye-opener for him. For me, I just could look at him and just see it, but for him, he needed that piece of paper to see it, and that's okay. So we did that, and we ordered a couple things from there, some homeopathy, some kind of a supplement type thing, but we decided, okay, before we even take this stuff, we're going to do the food first, and we're gonna do GAPS. So Jabez eats GAPS food all the time. Most of the dinners that I make are GAPS dinners. It's just meat and vegetables. Most of the breakfasts I make are GAPS breakfasts because it's just eggs and bacon, nothing fancy, just, you know, no carbs. Most of the food I make is GAPS friendly. But anyway, so Jabez decided he wanted to commit to mixing his noodles and rice and stuff like that, and to just like say no whenever the daily random coworker came by with chocolate chips or candy, all the 3 C's of doom. Isn't it amazing how in our workplaces it's just like filled with processed carbs and sugar? It's amazing. It's like, I don't know, that's how we cope with our stressful work environments. Not good. Anyways, so he decided I'm gonna say no to those things, and I'm just gonna eat GAPS food for a while. So we really invested in that for a while. I think it was really good. He went through some detox. It was great. Now we've slowly reintroduced foods until we're pretty much on like West Any Price foundation style foods, just simple foods but with like a little bit of carbohydrates. I started experimenting with sourdough. I will like soak my rice all day and then serve a bit of rice with dinner sometimes. Yeah, so we've been doing that, and still we're going through like some stressful few days lately. He's not sleeping well, so here's some other things besides food that I'm doing. Also, another food, we made some pate, some liver pate recently, and that's always a super great support as well. It's just a super multivitamin, and Jabez loves it. It's very bacony, so I'll like spread it on toast, put it in a salad, give it in a spoon. He eats it with a spoon. It's just really meaty and delicious with a lot of butter, so who wouldn't love it? Anyway, those are some foods. Beyond food, I'll give him some cod liver oil. Again, a healthy fat. Most of the supplements that I give are actually food, so this is just a food. Cod liver oil. This one is actually combined with butter oil. That's great, awesome. I didn't know that I ordered that. That's a great supplement. And I found this at the local store, and it's basically just adrenals, like freeze-dried adrenals. There's a little bit of maltodextrin from tapioca and silicone dioxide, who knows what that is, But the idea is we're not on GAPS anymore, so we're not being as careful with supplements. And the idea is whatever is stressed, you eat that thing. That's the idea. So like if your liver's stressed, eat some liver. If your kidneys are stressed, eat some kidney. If your adrenals are stressed, eat some adrenals. So this is really convenient. It was on sale. It was super cheap. So I was like, great, let's do it. So whenever he's having a really stressful day, I'll just like give him some of these. Like, here, have some of this. And just to kind of support him. And I plan on, in the evening, putting a few things by the bed so that when he's not sleeping well, he can like have some options. Ideally, in an ideal world, we would have no like blue light in the evening, but usually he has class late in the evening. It's on the screen. He has, what does he do? He has some other meetings that are in the evening on the screen. I really should give him like the blue blocker glasses, but the ones that we have are pretty cheap. So they're like kind of hard to see through, and honestly, they're gonna give me a headache, so they're not very good. But in an ideal world, that would be good to do. So this is a homeopathic remedy that I labeled with a little sticky so I wouldn't forget which one is which. It is a cell salt, I believe, and I just put Jabez back and stress on this little sticky so I wouldn't forget, and I put that in the shelf with it so I remember. But this is helpful for when you're really stressed and your muscles are all tight because of stress and exhaustion and like overwork. Like if you're overworked, this can be very helpful remedy. So every now and again I'll give that a try and just kind of, you know, have some little pellets and stick them under his tongue, and he likes it because it's sugary. But that's a good, it's not a supplement, a remedy that helps with stress. Okay, with sleep, this is one that I use for Hosanna sometimes. When she gets sleepy to the point that she's like emotional and maybe she's not gassy anymore, she's not overstimulated anymore or whatever, but like she's like emotional and like emotionally distressed, and that's the reason that she's like not settling down, this can be very helpful. Bach flower rescue remedy, and it's a natural stress relief, and it can help you to calm down and relax enough to sleep. It is not like a sleep inducer, it's very gentle, but it smells like flowers. Bach flower remedy. So it's very nice, and I just put a little bit in my baby's mouth sometimes when she can't sleep, and I'm gonna try it on Jabez, see if it helps him. Just kind of nudge your body and soul in the right direction of like, calm down, it's gonna be okay, go to sleep. Just like if you walk through a flower meadow that's like very therapeutic and like the aroma is like, so calming. In the same way, these flower remedies are very calming and just a sweet way to help support your family members as they calm down and go to sleep. Another remedy that I already have by the bed, I'm not gonna go look for it, is coffea. So if you aren't sleeping it's not for emotional reasons necessarily, but like your mind is kind of going like, oh wait, I have another idea and another idea, and I wonder what they thought when they were saying that to me earlier, or I wonder what I'm gonna do about tomorrow. That's a good time maybe to do coffea, and it's made with coffee. Substance that they use, they will homeopathically prepare in such a way that it treats the opposite basically, or the same. So even if you didn't drink too much coffee, but you have feelings like you drank too much coffee, and that's why you can't sleep. Sorry. Oh, I just wanted to walk outside, and I think the pollen got on my nose. But you can take that coffea, and it should help. It's good stuff. Another thing that I have done a couple nights, and the nights that I've done it, he has said he slept a little bit better, is to just turn on the humidifier in our room, and it has like a little spot where you can drop essential oils, and I'll just put a little bit of lavender in there, and that really helps, especially when it's been a cold night, the heater kicks on, it's like dry air. Having the little bit of humidification is good, and the lavender is just like similarly to the Bach flower, is like a nice aroma that is calming and can help you to stay asleep or get back to sleep. So those are a few things that I do with my family when they're stressed and cannot sleep. So hopefully some of them inspire you. Maybe you have some of these things around the house already and you just, forgot about them and didn't know when to use them. That's something you can use them for. If you don't have any of those things, I don't necessarily recommend, if you're stressed, buy all these things. I feel like sometimes when we're stressed, we just like impulse buy a lot of things, and that is not, that's not a good idea. Just get one thing at a time and get used to it and get familiar with practicing using it for different situations and scenarios. And it lasts, one thing that you buy can last a very long time. I bought this a super long time ago. Every month I have a little part of our budget that's like medicine, which is usually tea or supplements or something like this. So every month I'll just, if I see something in the store that's on sale, that's a good brand that I'm familiar with, or we run out of a particular thing, I will like restock it and just like put it in the budget for that. And yeah, it's a lot cheaper than going to the doctor, tell you what, or a sleep specialist. Sometimes before you spend a bunch of money on a sleep specialist, just some simple things like this can make a world of difference. And yeah, so obviously if you're not sleeping well and you're stressed, some of the best medicine is just to sit and talk it out. And my husband is studying to be a counselor. We do a lot of talking it out. So I know that that side of things is covered. So this is the like physical support side of when you're stressed, and it's very helpful. Yeah. Another thing I wish that we could do more of is to just spend time outside in the fresh air. Recently we went to a garden, and my husband doesn't like going on walks. He didn't drive for a long time. He's been like a very urban city guy living in Manhattan. You just walk for a purpose to get from here to there. And so why would you walk for fun when you walk all day because you have no choice? So that's kind of his mindset. But we went to, he takes me to gardens whenever we're going on a date or it's my birthday, because he knows that I love it. And the last time we went, he said, "River, I know I always gripe about going outside, but thanks for always pushing to get me outside, because you know what? It is therapeutic and it does feel really good." And I was like, yes it is. So I'm always trying to just nudge, like, let's go outside. Look, there's a basketball in the corner. Let's go to the basketball court that's a couple blocks away. Or let's, I don't know, I gotta come up with some other creative reasons to go outside. But yeah, being outside is another great de-stressor. Just like gardening, putting your hands in the soil, doing something physical like kickboxing or gardening, whatever, is really helpful. Being outside, especially if you can do it outside. Hopefully this inspired you with some ideas, and if you're stressed, I just pray that the Lord gives you wisdom for which of these things may be helpful, whether it's a physical thing, whether it's a communication thing, whether it's a spiritual thing. Get some community around you to like pray for you. There's so many different ways to address stressful times in our life and support the ones we love, and prayer is definitely a major one for our family. But here's a few nutritionally based physical things as well. Hope that inspired you, and that's it. See you next week, or whenever I make the next video, maybe sooner. Speaking of stress, I want to just drop this in there. I've been thinking about potentially doing some kind of health retreat this upcoming summer, organizing several speakers and people to come and share maybe a long weekend or a week to just do a health retreat, just to get away from it all, get away from your job, from the stress of life, to focus on just eating really nourishing foods, maybe learning to cook some of those foods together with others, share your health journey with others, have some time to journal, be in nature, maybe do a few farm visits, gardening, just to like soothe your soul. So if that's something you're interested in or interested in being a part of, feel free to comment below or reach out to me. I am in the ideation stage. It will definitely be somewhere here in Philadelphia, so if you are local, let me know. And if there is a large enough interest, then it's more likely that I will put more work into actually making it happen. So let me know what you think. I love retreats, and this warm weather is kind of making me want to plan a gathering of some kind. So why not a social, why not a health retreat? Okay, see you next week. That is all for real this time. Bye.